51-year-old Kamal El Gargni has won the title. Dave Palumbo here with an RX Muscle news update. The Masters Olympia has let out. 51-year-old Kamal El Gargni has won the title. We kind of predicted this when they first announced that the Masters Olympia would be coming back. Originally, I think we thought it was going to be over 45 years of age or even over 50 years of age, and we thought Kamal would be a shoo-in since he was still competing at over 50 years old, winning shows, 212 and open. And then they kind of changed the rules and they said, okay, it's going to be for 40-year-olds and over, in which case I thought, well, man, maybe Kamal won't be able to pull it off. Maybe Kamal will wind up doing the 212 division. He didn't. He stuck to his guns. He did the open division. He battled it out against two really good guys, Max Charles, Phil Klahar, and despite being dramatically shorter than these guys, and you can see in the video what I'm talking about, he emerged victorious. And at the end of the day, the name of the game was conditioning. It came down to who was the most conditioned of that top three. And Kamal, as he always does, delivered the goods. I mean, the guy's probably got the best set of abs in the business. He's got striated glutes and hamstrings. It's incredible that his skin is as tight as it is at over 50 years of age. The guy is just a miraculous miracle when it comes to bodybuilding at that level. I mean, Dexter was pretty incredible himself, but I don't think even Dexter went this long and looked this good. So I got to take my hat off to Kamal El Gargni, pulling it off, winning the Open Masters Mr. Olympia title. And, if you look at the posing videos, you could tell it was not, a walk in the park for him. And matter of fact, it started out, it looked like Phil Klahar was going to be the guy to beat. I really think that Phil probably had the better physique in terms of size, symmetry, wow factor. He was having a lot of problems controlling his midsection, especially on the ab thigh pose, side tricep. And I think that really hurt him. And I think at the end of the day, the judges went for Kamal because of that. And look, his midsection wasn't as flat as a board, but he was controlling it at least from the side. And he's just got those incredibly thick, boxed abs. And at the end of the day, I think that the judges said, this is a better look for the title of Masters Mr. Olympia. I got to also take my hat off to Max Charles, who looked really good. I mean, probably the best we've seen him in a long time. He could have been a little harder. I think if he would have had glutes and hamstrings, and Max has this balancing act to do. If he comes in too hard and too dry, his legs look a little small. He filled out nicely. I thought this was a good balance to upper and lower body for him, but maybe the judges felt, and once again, I wasn't there in person. Probably in person, he just wasn't hard enough. So, Max, unfortunately, has to settle for second place here. But Max had a very, very good symmetrical look for him. I think he had a nice blend between upper and lower body. I think Phil's midsection is what pushed him to third place here. But he could have won this show had he had control of that. So, once again, it comes down to who's the best man on stage at the moment the judges are judging the show. Kamal pulled it off. Kamal is a stage veteran. He's got stage savvy. He knows how to show his strengths and hide his weaknesses. He knows how to, to battle it out with the best in the business. He's been doing this longer than anyone, and he never stopped competing. Just like Max and Phil never stopped competing, which is probably why these guys were top three. It's hard when you take long extended periods of time off from the stage to come back and then be at that level that you left off at. And this just proves it. And that's probably why, we didn't have guys in the lineup that might have been like the Phil Heaths or Kai Greens. It would have been amazing to see these guys in the lineup, but they didn't show up. Kamal's Mr. Olympia, Masters. And no one can take that away from him. It's really great that Jake Wood brought that title back. In the 212 division, we saw Hide Yamagishi really deliver the goods. He's been away from the stage for a bunch of years, but he doesn't look like he missed a beat. He was peeled, shredded. His symmetry was as good as ever. He knows how to pose. He's probably one of the best posers on stage. And he delivered the goods, and he won that 212. I would have liked to see Hide in the open class, to be honest with you. I think he would have challenged KAMAL for the title, to be honest with you. Now, KAMAL's a little thicker, but height-wise, I think Hide's actually taller than KAMAL, to be honest with you. I think Hide's probably kicking himself and saying, you know what, I should have done the open class, because there really was no one better than him. And it would have been nice to see the two of those guys pose down at the very end, because I think it would have been a good overall, KAMAL versus Hide, both 212 guys, essentially. KAMAL pumped himself up a little bit and went into the open, but literally, I mean, these guys were guys that competed against each other in that 212 division. So congratulations to Hide Yamagishi. And of course, in the men's classic division, I didn't think anyone had any, I knew that he was going to win when I saw it. Alex Cabronero is still out there doing it at the highest level in classic physique. It was almost unfair to let him do the Masters Olympia because he's that good still. I mean, tiny waist, amazing, incredible symmetry. He's balanced from upper and lower body. He knows how to display his physique. And I think it was an easy decision for the judges. So congratulations to all three of our men's Olympia champs. And to our women's champs, we're going to actually get some of the women on the TV show in the coming weeks to interview them who won the show. I saw Jessica Reyes Padilla won the figure. I saw that Roshana Boswell won the women's bodybuilding title. Congratulations to them. My friend Eric Brozier was our coach on that one. And Jake Wood put on a VIP first class show, as he always does. So congratulations. I love the fact that Masters Olympia is back and alive and well. Hopefully we'll see it again next year. For now, I'm Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle News Update.